Updates. We love these. Every time one of these happen, it's always exciting. Because we, the player, know something fun is coming very soon. If it's a new brawler, a fun new skin, or even a brand new game mode. An update is always fun. But what would happen if the update wasn't fun? We'll get to that later. If we have a look at the balance changes for June's update, it looks pretty standard. The best brawler in the game got tons of nerfs, Jackie was dominating, so needed a nice health nerf, and a few of the underrated brawlers got some buffs too. Overall, a pretty solid balance patch all things considered, until you consider the glitches. Janet went into the balance changes and received a massive buff. Normally, this is a Janet super. Janet hovers into the air for 6 seconds while raining down 6 bombs. This super is considered one of the strongest in the game due to the hovering in the air mechanic, which while any brawler is deemed in the air, they cannot be damaged at all, basically making them invincible. With having all these positive super traits, you'd think Janet is the best brawler in the game. Until you realize while Janet is flying in the air, she has beyond horrible movement, making it borderline impossible to target a brawler. This is where Janet's hypercharge helps her out, aka her ultimate ability, which while her hypercharge is activated, Janet has full movement with her super, being able to manually stop, take easier turns, and deal more damage with her bombs, with the easier movement control being the main highlight of the hypercharge. In regards of balancing this, Janet's hypercharge takes a while to charge up, with you the player getting at most 1 Janet hypercharge per game, hence why it's balanced. But let's take that last part and completely get rid of it. Because with the June buff, Janet gets her easier movement control applied onto her super normally, not needing her hypercharge. This is performed by using your hypercharge super, and then that's it. Any Janet super used beyond this point will grant Janet her hypercharge handling, which is incredibly broken, because Janet's hypercharge makes her super really strong, and her getting this hypercharge super in just 5 hits rather than 20 hits is a little bit strong. But if you think that's too strong, let's quickly say hi to Buzz. Buzz's super is a giant projectile, where if this projectile hits a brawler, they're stunned for a certain amount of time. This stun is dependent on the range Buzz uses his super. If he uses it right beside a brawler, they're stunned for 0.5 seconds. But if you manage to hit a brawler at the longest range, they're stunned for an additional second, rounding it up to a 1.5 second stun, which makes Buzz a pretty skilled brawler, because if you go for the easier close range supers, you won't get much value. But if you go for the harder long range super, you'll get a nice long stun. But the almighty Supercell saw the skill mechanic and just went, no. With the June update, no matter the range Buzz uses his super, the brawler will be stunned for 1.5 seconds, aka the stun duration if you hit a brawler from the longest range, which gets rid of any skill Buzz had, because rather than going for the long range super to get that sweet 1.5 second stun, all Buzz has to do is stand right next to the brawler and then stun them, and it still equates to a 1.5 second super. This also allows Buzz to infinitely stun a brawler until they die. That's really fair. Miko's a pretty unique brawler, where every time he uses his main attack, he jumps into the air. You know, as any monkey does. He could do this up to 3 times, which on paper seems pretty strong, since, you know, while in the air, he literally cannot be attacked, until you realize Miko's reload speed is beyond slow. If we compare this reload speed to the short-range brawler Nita, you're able to clearly see that Miko is an unt, which is why the monkey business star power exists. A monkey business. It gives Miko a piss bar that charges up after 5 seconds. Once the piss bar is charged, Miko's next jump will steal 1 ammo from the target brawler. Let's see it in a real game now. Let me just try that again. Alright, one more time. one more time. Yeah, the star power just doesn't do anything. The bar is there. The bar charges up, but if you try to use it, nothing happens. I don't know how stuff like this makes it in. There are 2 more bugs, which we'll quickly go over. Eve's motherly love gadget, that allows her spawned children to heal Eve and co, rather than attacking the enemy brawlers. But with the June update, they instead do absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Yet they gave Colette the ability to one-shot brawlers. What? A knockout 5v5 is very different compared to the other 5v5 game modes. Normally, in any of these 5v5 game modes, dying is normal. You die, walk back from spawn, and then get right back into the fight.
Super. Oh my god. Oh, how many? Oh my god.
Dude, there were 17 supers! What the hell?
How did I? Oh my god, help!
But in 5v5 knockout, a dying is considered as a strategy.
What the fuck?
Every time a team member on your team dies, your team gets additional health and damage, with the buffs getting stronger for each of your dead teammates, which usually leads to matches looking like this.
Yourself.
It's kinda stupid. And thanks to the June update, if you're to select Colette and have all of your teammates die, you gain the ability to now one-shot any brawler in the game. No matter what. And this somehow made it into the game. At least Bull's pretty good now. Bull got a rework. I'm allowing him to be a lot easier to play as, because Bull is this game's tough guy. A big man, big damage, a big voice from the best Bull player Pika. He's a big man. Before the rework, Bull's super was a long dash, which had Bull sprint in the direction you pointed to, with no way to interrupt his sprint. This made Bull an incredibly high skill brawler. You had to aim this long, slow dash at a brawler from range to actually kill them, and if you missed, you missed.
Star! Try to keep up! Go, 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 go! No time, battle! Energy! Try to keep up! Try to keep up! Go, 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 go! Miss!
But even if you did hit the brawler with your dash, you would still run past them, just because they weren't at the very edge of the super's reticle. So it's safe to say that Bull's super was pretty hard to use. But with the new June rework, Bull's super is a lot more beginner friendly, where now, if a brawler is caught in this giant circle of Bull's super, a Bull now forcefully stops in front of the brawler and slows them down as well. And this is really good, because the Bull player no longer has to fully predict his super range in order to actually land on the brawler, but rather he can now just line up this giant circle and then aim for the brawler. Hell yeah. Thanks to the new rework, the almighty Supercell had to rework one of Bull's existing gadgets, Stomper, which originally, upon activation, stops Bull's super, which then slows down the brawler caught in the area. But thanks to the Bull rework, this had to be also reworked to a now an activation gadget, requiring the player to activate the gadget before anything happens, to which then, upon your next Bull super, stuns the brawler, which is really good, because this guarantees Bull to deal 4,200 damage on the brawler you run into, which is really nice. So, we've had nothing but positives, nothing but positives, nothing but positives. What just happened? Remember when we mentioned Bull had to activate his Stomper gadget before using his super? Well, if Bull is to have his super fully charged up alongside his activated Stomper gadget, and then to die, all in this order, he then respawns with 0% of his super charged. Yeah, It's incredibly specific, but I really don't see why a bull having his gadget activated upon death equates to him responding with 0% supercharge. Let's not tell Pika about this one. Or this one.
The toy Daryl skin has a glitch when he shoots? The toy Daryl skin? What are you talking about? Wait. Oh, his guns. Oh, what the hell? Guys, it's a very stable game. I love Brawl Stars. They're a very stable company with a lot of stable decisions. I love them.
Ooh. Yeah, so not everybody had this glitch, but there was a chance of your game to have invisible buttons. To fix this, you would have to go into the training grounds, edit your controls, and then slide your finger across this invisible bar. Ooh. A strange glitch, but still one either way. But it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Records were the replacement for the progression system Mastery, which was an overtime-based progression system that gave each brawler a bar. That the more you played that brawler, the more that bar filled up, which contained coins, power points, and credits as a reward for playing that brawler more and more. This enticed you, the player, to play that brawler more and more, which allowed you to earn more and more rewards. And with there being 92 brawlers, each with their own mastery bar, you have a big reason to log into Brawl Stars, with that reason being to fill up each brawler's bar to get more and more resources to spend. It was an awesome progression system, and there wasn't a single person who hated it. Except one. The almighty Supercell saw this amazing progression system with 0 flaws in it, and then had the amazing idea to replace it with the brand new progression system, Records. Records suck in so many ways. For one, the rewards for playing are horrible. Back to the mastery progression, the rewards were displayed right in front of you, and you knew exactly what you were working towards. If it was 1,000 coins, 200 power points, or even 75 credits. But with the record system, your pride for playing is random.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it! Aw, dang it! I wish my banana could go along.
You get a star drop, aka a random reward that has the chance of giving you either 50 coins or 500 coins, 25 power points or 200 power points, with the chance of the low reward being a 50% and the high reward having a 5% chance. Do you not see the issue here? You could play Brawl Stars for 2 hours straight with the intent of grinding some progression to then be rewarded with 50 coins. You're not getting guaranteed items for your hard work, but rather you have to hope your 2 hours of playtime was worth it. Rather than with our beloved mastery bar, 2 hours of playing guaranteed you 2,000 coins. This wouldn't be that big of a deal, but a progression is Brawl Stars. You need these resources in order to make the game playable. If you don't have credits, you can't unlock brawlers. If you don't have coins, you can't buy star powers. But to compensate for this, we got more rewards placed into the Trophy Road system, which is a progression system that has been in the game for 6 years now, with it being quite similar to our mastery bar. The more you play, the more you earn, and you know exactly what you're earning towards. And this is what we love. This is what we want. Guaranteed progression for our time spent, rather than star drops, which are random crates. But the almighty Supercell took our 2 cakes and left us with 1. Just like how they took our 3rd cake at the Mastery Madness event. This event lasted 2 entire weeks and was our biggest progression boost yet. This allowed us to earn 1,000% more mastery for 2 weeks. The reason for this event occurring was the almighty Supercell's way of saying goodbye to mastery due to the replacement of records. And of course, players grinded the hell out of the mastery event, getting tons of coins, power points, and it being the best time to play Brawl Stars pretty much ever. Until Supercell noticed this, they noticed their player base having fun, enjoying their time playing Brawl Stars. So you wanna know what they did? They ended the event. They saw players were playing a little bit too much and earning a little bit too many rewards. So Supercell ended the event early. Now, how do you think the player base reacted to this? Was it A, oh, that's understandable, Supercell? Was it B, we understand your decision. Even though you're a billion-dollar company, you ending the event early was a fair choice. Or C, a completely riot on their YouTube channel, Reddit page, and Twitter. Yeah, so it was C? Due to possibly the biggest riot Supercell has ever seen, they themselves cursed on their social media page and re-extended the event to its original time. But it's just the fact that it took this amount of rioting on Supercell to have them understand, oh, ending the best event early was a bad idea. Which is like, come on. They did say alongside re-extending the event, they will be taking away a cut of some coins and power points for any future events. But what they didn't mention was them trying to scam our coins away. Because all of a sudden, they announced the Midas Touch event, where Supercell is giving us new offers to spend our coins on every day. Not gems, but coins. Now, I've been playing this funny little mobile game for 6 years now, and they have never once sold us offers in the shop for half off coins. Which just, isn't it so weird that after all of their players have earned tons and tons of coins, they're all of a sudden giving us shop offers to spend our coins on. It's almost like Supercell realized that we all grinded during the event and now have dozens and dozens of coins. So now they want us to spend our hard-earned coins on worthless skins, but paint these offers as good deals in the shop just so players will spend their coins, just so the player base will be scraping for coins again. Just like they have been for 2 years now. But thanks to the Mastery Madness event, players are no longer scraping for coins, so the almighty Supercell is panicking due to how rich we are. Nah, it's obviously all to help other players earn their true gold skin record.